Jon Jones.
Oh yeah. That old one, living his best life, mate, in Thailand. So everybody reaches a sell-by date, don't they? Everybody's got a time limit. He's reached it, and we move on.
I reckon anyone else in that position would have been stripped. I was talking to Adam Cattle about it the other week.
Yeah, seen it.
He should be stripped now.
It obviously was a bit annoying at the time, but it's all in the past now.
Tom Aspinall just hit his breaking point, and he didn't whisper it. He shouted it to the entire MMA world. I'm done waiting.
You know what, it's better now because I do know what's going on a little bit, and I am going to fight soon, so that's nice. But for like the last kind of 6 months, I've just not known what's going on. Do you know what the worst bit is? Is like, you know this yourself, it's like money, fame, titles, rank.
After nearly a year of silence, delays, and vague promises from the UFC, he's had enough of waiting on Jon Jones. While the supposed heavyweight champion lounges overseas, making cryptic posts and dodging commitments, Tom has stayed in the gym, training without a name, a contract, or a timeline. Just like this. And now, he's made it clear. He's not wasting another second chasing a fight that might never happen. He's tired of being asked about a man who refuses to show up, tired of carrying the weight of a division that's been frozen by one champion's absence.
That he's ducking Tom Aspinall and stuff like that. He said, I spoke to the UFC a long time ago about what my future plans are. I haven't really worked out since my last fight in New York City. Honestly, I believe it's in the UFC's best interest to keep presenting me.
He defended the interim belt. He fought in his hometown. He redeemed his only loss. And still, the real belt is out of reach. Not because Tom isn't ready, but because Jon won't step up. This isn't frustration, it's clarity. And if the UFC won't force Jon to fight, Tom will take matters into his own hands and move the division forward, whether Jones is part of it or not. Aspinall didn't explode overnight. This pressure has been building for months behind closed doors. He stayed patient when the UFC made promises. He stayed respectful when Jones vanished without a timeline. But there's only so long a fighter can train in the dark. Unsure if his next opponent is a real name or a placeholder. In interviews, he tried to brush it off, but the truth slipped through. He was sick of it.
He's the guy. Listen, if the guy wants to retire and doesn't want to fight, nothing you do. I didn't want Habib to retire. I thought DC should have stayed in it longer. So it's none of my business. I'll do what I can to make the fight if we can. You know, if he's talking that crazy.
Sick of answering the same questions, sick of the politics, and sick of watching the sports stall while he stayed fight ready. He didn't sign up for this circus. All he's ever wanted was to fight the best, earn the real title, and keep the division alive. But instead, he's been left on standby while Jones posts vacation selfies and plays the company man card. Just look at this. This isn't about clout or paychecks for Tom. It's about doing what he loves and having it ripped away for reasons completely out of his control. And now, he's done pretending that's okay. But does he really? Instead of giving fans a clear answer, the man himself, Jon Jones, leaned into a narrative that only made things worse. He claimed he's been playing the role of a company man, as if staying inactive and blocking the division was somehow doing the UFC a favor. According to Jon, letting Tom hold the interim belt has been incredibly lucrative. He even bragged that he's made more money sitting out than Tom has as an active interim champion. And that's where the mask slipped. This isn't about injury recovery or long-term plans. It's about comfort.
If you were put in the position, would you maybe try to get Ngannou back under contract or no?
Probably not.
Jones has built a legacy, no doubt. But now he's using that legacy to justify avoiding the one fight everyone wants to see. And in doing so, he's turned the heavyweight division into a frozen waiting room, with contenders stuck in limbo while the belt collects dust. Tom's not asking for special treatment. He's asking for the fight every real champion is supposed to take. The one Jon keeps dodging behind corporate speak and carefully crafted tweets.
To clarify, you said that Jon agreed to fight Tom, yes?
Jon agreed to fight Tom?
Is that what you just said there? Before, like on the last answer, you said...
Jon agreed to fight Tom, yes.
So you had to sign the contract.
Right. Yeah.
Even Dana White, who once promised this fight was a lock, has started to tread carefully. One week he says Jones agreed. The next, it's complicated. Behind the scenes, the UFC has tried to spin this into a negotiation issue, but fans see right through it. Jones hasn't signed. No date's been announced. and Dana keeps falling back on vague lines about timelines and recovery. When pressed, he admits Jon might vacate, but nothing happens. There's no press release, but just more delays. And while Dana tries to keep the spotlight off the problem, Tom's stuck training with no target.
I mean, you guys have heard me for the last however long. I said, I guarantee you this fight's going to happen. This fight's going to happen. Fight's going to happen. You guys told me the crazy shit that was going on Instagram and all these other places. But yes, I've been saying Jon is going to fight Tom.
The reality is simple. If the UFC wanted this fight, it would be booked. Jones is healthy enough to throw shade online and tease other matchups, but suddenly silent when it comes to the guy standing right behind him with a belt and a win streak. Tom Aspinall is ready to fight. The UFC claims it wants the best to face the best. So why are we still waiting, actually? Instead of addressing the matchup like a champion, Jon took the low road. In a string of interviews and passive-aggressive tweets, he didn't just reject the fight, he made it personal. He called Tom an influencer, mocked his generation, and claimed he didn't even want to do business with someone like him. According to Jon, Tom hasn't earned his respect. But this wasn't about credentials, this was about ego. Tom's fans have been loud, the media's been relentless, and the pressure has been mounting. Jon painted himself as the mature veteran dealing with a disrespectful rookie, all while ignoring the fact that Tom's resume speaks for itself. Interim champion, multiple first-round finishes, the most dangerous man in the division right now, and Jones knows it. The moment Jon started attacking character instead of discussing the actual fight, the game was exposed. He's not just avoiding the matchup, he's trying to make people forget why it matters.
Talking about, guys. This is, Jon, you guys don't follow Jon on social media?
I don't follow him on social media. He said that...
No, me too, actually. Me too, but the guy is living his best life. He's had a fantastic career, we all know.
While Jon was throwing shade online, Tom didn't need to clap back. He let his work do the talking. No flashy posts, just footage from the gym, 2-a-days, and staying in peak condition with no opponent in sight. He admitted that not having a name to train for has been mentally exhausting, but in a way, it made him better. With no fight locked in, Tom focused on sharpening every tool, not just prepping for one style. That's the difference. While Jon is managing his image, Tom is building his arsenal. He's the one who defended the interim belt when he didn't have to. He's the one who showed up, delivered knockouts, and kept the division alive. When everyone else was sitting out or waiting on contracts, he fought and he won. And now, he's shifting his focus forward. Because chasing Jon Jones is starting to feel like chasing a ghost, and Tom Aspinall isn't here to beg for opportunities. He's here to prove he's already the best, with or without Jones showing up.
We know Jon's a religious man, so I want to say God bless him moving forward in what he does with his life and his career. And, you know, we move on. We move on. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I'm ready to take on all comers, get this division moving again.
Just when it seems like Jon might finally step up, he pivots. 1 minute he's saying he'll fight Tom. The next, he's teasing a fantasy matchup with Francis Ngannou, who isn't even under UFC contract. He downplays Tom's threat, calling him just another big mouth. A flash in the pan, who's hot for now, but won't last. It's the same pattern we've seen before. Shift the spotlight, stir the drama, and stall the fight. But fans are no longer buying it. Jon says Tom changes nothing for his legacy, yet he keeps finding ways to avoid him. He talks legacy, but refuses to do what every great champion before him did. Fight the next man up. If Tom was truly irrelevant, there'd be no hesitation. But there is. And that's exactly why this matchup matters. Because deep down, everyone knows. Jon sees what's coming. A younger, sharper, more dangerous heavyweight than he's ever faced. And he's not ready to gamble everything on a guy he can't control.
I thought it was silly the first time, to be honest. The reason that I did it, the first time I fought Curtis Blades, it went down as a loss. I got injured. The worst moment of my career, one of the worst moments of my life. I wanted to redeem myself and get the legit victory against Curtis Blades because it was unfinished business. Like, that was hurting my ego, and I wanted to prove that I was better than Blades, which I did.
At first, fans gave Jon the benefit of the doubt. He's a legend after all. But now, even his most loyal defenders are done making excuses. Media voices like Ariel Helwani, True Geordie, and countless fighters have all said it out loud. If Jones won't defend the belt, he needs to be stripped. No more delays, no more politics. This isn't just a stalled super fight, it's a heavyweight division on life support. The fans are tired of the silence. The contenders are tired of the logjam. Everyone knows what the UFC's biggest fight is right now, and it's not another drawn-out negotiation with Stipe or a mythical clash with Francis. It's Jon versus Tom. It always has been. Dana White himself called it the most important fight in the division. And yet, nothing's moving. The community sees the truth. Jon isn't sidelined because of injury or recovery. He's sidelined because the moment he signs that contract, he knows he's walking into the most dangerous test of his career. And that reality is getting harder to hide.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying. And obviously you don't get this far in a career being affected by fans or whatnot. But he's just an asshole, you know, with his, you know, he...
People used to whisper it. Now they're saying it outright. Jon Jones is starting to look like MMA's Tyson Fury. All the talk about legacy, but when it's time to face the one guy who might ruin it, radio silence. Fury ducked Usyk until the pressure was overwhelming and then lost. Jon's playing the same game, but this time it's worse, because it's not just one fight on hold, it's an entire division. He's had one fight at heavyweight in 3 years. Stipe's had one in 4. Meanwhile, Tom's fighting killers and calling for anyone, anywhere. The comparison stings because it's accurate. Usyk took on every challenge twice just to silence the doubters. Jon, he's turning down the biggest challenge of his career before it even starts. And fans are starting to notice the pattern. You can only claim to be the greatest for so long before people start asking, if you're really that great, why won't you prove it? Why won't you fight the one man standing in your way?
You know what I'm saying? It's like me and Dana and Hunter have never sat down and talked about Tom Aspinall. He's never been on my radar. I mean, just a moment ago, it was him and Sergey that was fighting. And Sergey could be in this position right now, and I would still be in the same place of I've beat people my whole career.
Tom Aspinall isn't wasting any more time chasing a fight that clearly isn't coming. He's made it clear, if Jon won't step up, someone else will. Whether it's Cyril Gane, Jailton Almeida, or even a wild card like Francis Ngannou, Tom's ready. He's not sitting on social media crafting narratives. He's staying ready for war. And that's the difference. While Jon's holding the belt hostage, Tom is holding the division together. He's already defended the interim, already fought top contenders, and already proven he's more than a temporary stand-in. He's the future, undeniably. And if the UFC wants the division to move, it starts with stripping the title from a champion who refuses to act like one. Tom isn't waiting for a green light from Jon. He's building his legacy fight by fight. And if Jones finally shows up, so be it. But if he doesn't, that won't stop Tom from becoming the most feared heavyweight on the planet. Because while Jon tweets, Tom swings. And one of them is still fighting to prove he's the best in the world. This isn't just a fight that needs to happen. It's a decision the UFC needs to make. Strip Jon Jones or book the fight. There's no middle ground left. The fans are tired, the fighters are ready, and the division can't wait forever. Tom Aspinall showed up when nobody else would, defended a belt he didn't even ask for, and kept the heavyweight scene alive when the supposed king disappeared. If Jon won't return, then crown the fighter who's earned it. Because at this point, Tom isn't the interim champ, he's the real one. And every day the UFC delays, they're proving it too.